So lesson 11, and that is number, and number is singular and plural number. So today we are going to study singular number and plural number and the formation of singular number into plural number. So first let's revise the definition. What is singular number? A noun which stands only for one person or a thing is said to be in singular number. If I say like girl, man, child, then they all are as one person only. Now, if we talk about plural number, it's a noun which stands for more than one person or thing. That is said to be in the plural number. As if I'll say girl is becoming girls, men, men, child and children. Now you can see the difference here that I have changed girl into girls and made it plural only by adding s. Here I have changed the letter and here I have added REN. So we should know the rules behind it, that how can we change a singular number into plural number. So now we are going to study about the rules. So rule number 1 says that most of the words they are add s to make plural. Okay, like if I say apple, it means one apple, and when I want to say for more I can say two apples, many apples. So I am just adding s here. Same is with book, pen. So some words they are only changed into plural by adding s. So this is your rule number 1. Now rule number 2 is saying that there are some words which have these letters at the end, like CH, SH, S, double S, X or Z. So when you want to convert such words into plural, we simply add ES to them and they are converted from singular to plural. For example, if I take S, it is BUS. So according to our rule, when the word is ending with S, we are simply adding ES and it is becoming buses, right? Next, double S. Here is the word for double S, CROSS, cross. So again, double S is the ending last two letters of the word. So we have added ES. Then we'll move to CH. So CH is again church. Last two letters are C and H. So we have added ES and the word is becoming churches. SH, wish. SH plus ES. So it is becoming WISH, fox. FOX, fox. X, ending with X, so added ES. Waltz, ending with Z, added ES. So second rule is, when the word is ending with these letters, we only have to add ES. Now third rule is for Y, to change Y. So now when we talk about English alphabets, they are 26 in number and out of them 5 are vowels. Everybody knows 5 vowels: A, E, I, O, U. Rest of the letters are consonants. So rule number 3 is saying that if a word is ending with Y and it has a consonant before it, so the rule for changing such word is Y is changed into I and we are adding ES and the word becomes plural. Let's study with the help of an example. CITY. Y is the last letter and before it is T. T is your consonant. So we have changed Y into I and added ES and it is becoming cities. Same PONY. Y is the last letter. Before Y is N. This is a consonant. So we are changing Y into I and adding ES and it is becoming ponies. Second rule, or you can say fourth rule. So for Y, there are two rules. First was with consonant. Now this is with vowel. Now here you can see everywhere in all these examples, before Y, there is a vowel. A, E, again A, O, A, U. So when a word is ending with Y and before Y there is a vowel, we are simply adding S and making it plural. You can see the examples. A, Y changed into days. Y, before Y is E, so key is becoming keys. Play, play. Y is the last letter. Before Y is A. So now it is becoming PLAYS, plays. So these examples are telling us that when the word is ending with Y and it has a vowel before it, we simply add S and make it plural. Now next rule is for the words ending with F and FE. So what is the rule saying? That when a word ends with F or FE, we are changing F into V and again adding ES. For example, LEEF. So F is the last letter. So we have changed F into V and added ES and it is becoming leaves. Same WIFE. So FE is changed into V and added ES and it is becoming wives. Now some nouns, they form their plural simply by adding, because this is according to the grammar rule. Like chief becomes chiefs, roof becomes roofs, and some more examples you can read in your book. Next rule is saying that when a word ends in an O and comes after a consonant, okay, we simply add what? We add ES to make the plural. Like here it is. This is a consonant, okay, and this is a vowel, but only we are talking about O. So when a word is ending with O and before it there is a consonant, we just add ES to it and it becomes plural. Like mango becomes mangoes, hero becomes heroes, cargo, cargoes, echo, echoes. And so many examples are there. You can see here. Okay. Again, I'm saying when the word is ending in an O and comes after a consonant. So this is your consonant and this is your vowel, but only O. Then you are simply adding ES. Rule number 7 is saying that sometimes a word may completely change from singular to plural. Like if I want to speak about child, it means one child. When I want to say for more, then I will not say childs. What is the word for plural? Children. So here child plus REN. It is becoming what? Children. We can't say childs. Same, if I want to speak about one person, I will say person. But if I want to speak for more, then I will say people. I won't say persons. That is a wrong word. Same, goose, it is becoming geese, men, men, woman, women, cactus, cacti, fungus, fungi. Next is, sometimes a word stays same in singular and plural. For example, simple thing is, sometimes you people also speak wrong. How? We say fishes. Fishes is a wrong word. Okay. Fish means one fish. And if you are saying for more than one fish, then we say many fish. We can't say fishes. These are the two species of fish, tuna and trout. Same deer. I saw a deer. Many deer were grazing in the field. So singular also I am using deer and plural also I am using deer. So these are some words where singular and plural form remains the same. Now, Some nouns form their plurals by a change of the inside vowel. You can see here two vowels everywhere. Here also two vowel. Woman, mouse. So when I want to make foot into feet, I am just changing double O into double E and it is becoming plural. Same will with tooth. Tooth is becoming teeth. Woman is becoming woman and mouse is becoming mice. OU is changed into I and CE. You can't say mouses. It is plural is mice. Now, moving to our next topic, that is compound noun. So what is a compound noun? A compound noun is a noun which is made up of two or more words and each word makes a part of the meaning of the noun. Each word is giving a meaning. Now it can be written in three ways. The first one is when we want to write it as a single word, hair cut, tooth paste. If we want to write it in two words, it can be ice cream, rain, forest. Now this is a hyphenated word. Hyphenated means dash between the words, okay, small dash between the words, and this dash shows that all these three words are linked or joined with each other. So if I want to change this into plural, I am only going to change this one, first word. So what it will become? Brother-in-law becomes brothers-in-law. I can't write brothers-in-laws. That is wrong because there are two brothers, not two laws. Next is some nouns are always singular and they are like furniture, news, scenery. They are always used as singular. Some nouns are always plural like cattle, trousers, scissors, clothes, people. Now, when the subject changes from singular to plural, the predicate of the sentence must change too. For example, a fox has a tail. So now when we are talking about a sentence is divided into two parts. First is subject and second is predicate. Now what is subject? This is your subject because we are speaking about it. We are giving some information about the subject. So what are we talking about in the sentence is your subject. And what information we are giving here will be your predicate. So again, if I am changing the subject into plural, what will happen? The predicate will also change. I can't write foxes has a tail. No, because I am talking about more than one fox. I am talking about many foxes. So again, I am repeating. First, a sentence has two parts. First is your subject, second is your predicate. And when we are talking about subject, it talks about some person or thing, and second predicate says something about that person or thing. So again, when I am changing, a fox is becoming foxes, has is a verb, helping verb, it will become have because this is singular and this is plural, and a tail will become tails. So now your sentence is becoming foxes have tails. This is singular form, plural form. A fox has a tail. This is singular form. So that's all.